Nathan is en route. His part's in the center, so we're going to go ahead and get started.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting on Keith. Oh, Keith is here. Okay. Good. Okay, so I will open up, and then we'll have the indication. And we're going to go through the colors, the lighting ceremony.
Testing.
This hard to plateau for a week.
Is everybody here? Good morning or afternoon, everybody. I'm Paul Parker, if you don't know. I imagine everybody here does know me. I'm the Scoutmaster. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got one still en route, but he will join midstream once we get going here. And I'm pleased to serve as the Scoutmaster for this troop and honor Benson Hunley Jr. Where is Benson? There you are. Okay, so Benson, you will be coming up here front and center in a few minutes. Stay off to the side, please. And let's see, where are we here? I apologize. Before we begin our program, I'd like to introduce a special person. Would Mr. J.C. Bear please come in? Drum roll, please.
There's no one there.
What?
There's no one there.
He was just there literally seconds ago.
Up the back door. He's coming in the back
Back,
door.
open the door.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
He just couldn't come in.
Do I introduce you right now, or am I introducing too early? I apologize, everybody. I'm trying to. Does DC here act yet, or am I introducing too early?
Oh, there we go.
At a certain age.
Got the hay. Name is Bear, and I am by trade a trapper. I come in peace today and intend no harm. Today we've come to honor a fine young lad. Young lad that I met when he was that big. And I had the privilege of walking him on his scouting journey from Tiger clear to Arrow of Light. He joined Boy Scouts and made his journey, and today I find out he's living in Florida. So we tracked him down and we have made our way, and I want to tell you, we are so thrilled to be here. But before we begin, I believe we have some flags to honor.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's begin. Thank you.
Okay, Grant, would you actually, before we enter the flags, Deacon Jim,
Yes.
would you please come give the invocation? I need this.
Thank you for inviting me. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Dear Lord, as we come together to celebrate the Eagle Scout Award for Benson, we want to thank you for this time, this opportunity to celebrate. We also want to thank you for the gift of his parents, his fellow scouts, and his leaders, and all those who have supported him through this journey. We ask you to continue to bless them and guide them, and especially look over Benson as he goes from here on to life. Bless his life, bless him in all he does, and as he does more things in life. We thank you for all this, and we ask you to bless us all in this ceremony through Christ our Lord. Amen.
All right. May the audience please rise. Call guard, forward march. Color guard halt. Please present the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. All those in uniform salute, all others hand over heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard, dismiss. And my 3 boys, come on over. We're going to do Scout Law, Outdoor Code, and Scout Up. All right. We're going to be starting with Scout Law. I don't think it's okay. Scout sign. Scout is trustworthy. Scout is trustworthy. Push down on the back. There you go. A scout is loyal. Scout is helpful. Scout is friendly. A scout is courteous. A scout is kind. A scout is obedient. A scout is cheerful. A scout is thrifty. A scout is brave. A scout is clean. And last but not least, a scout is reverent. Alright, now can everyone recite the Scout Law with me? A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Next up, we're going to be doing the Scout Oath. On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And I'll be reciting the Outdoor Code. If you know it, recite it too. If you don't, all good. As an American, I'll do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, to be careful with fire, considerate in the outdoors, and be conservative minded. All right, thank you guys.
Ben, can you fix it to the cartel? Wait, you can go ahead and sit down.
Yeah, you guys can go and sit down.
Mr. Kiefer, as representative of the Boy Scouts of America, will you please officially open us?
Thank you, Scoutmaster. By the authority vested in me as a representative of the Greater Tampa Bay Area Council and the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be conveyed for the purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout badge to Eagle Scout Benson Huntley.
Thank you, sir.
So much. Well, well, well. Benson, where are you at? Come here, I want to talk to you, boy. You may be seated. Woo-wee. Last time I seen you, you were about that tall. Now look at you. Taller than me. Good. People have come to honor you today, and I count it a privilege to be with you. I had the privilege, as I said before, of walking with Benson through this Cub Scout journey, and then placing that arrow of light in his hands and crossing him into Boy Scouts. And quite frankly, little did I know that when we placed that little orange feather in your hands, that someday I'd get to stand here. So I count it truly a privilege and an honor. I spent some time talking to Benson about his scouting career. He's had a great scouting career. He loves what he's enjoyed and learned in scouting. And quite frankly, this young man has overcome a lot of challenges. When he was little, it was discovered at Children's Hospital that Benson was dyslexic, and he had to kind of overcome that challenge of having dyslexia. They also found that he has dyscalculia, as well as dysgraphia. And so doing math was a challenge for him. Writing complete sentences was a challenge for him. And so with a lot of work, he has learned to overcome them. And I think in so many ways, scouting has helped do that. I mean, he had to write his project notes. He's had to do so much to overcome that challenge that he had to endure. Right now, he's a sophomore at George Jenkins High School. Now, a lot of people say, well, you know, scouts, they're just into camping. Benson is a scholar. He carries a 3.7 average, and he takes advanced classes. So he is no slouch when it comes to studying and taking those challenges and overcoming them. Benson is also an athlete. As a freshman, he joined the swimming club, and they saw his skills and talent and promoted him to the varsity swimming team. And currently, he is swimming on the varsity level, and he has aspirations to swim in the Olympics, and is already working towards getting his times fast enough to qualify, and he's already done part of that. And so it's more, scouting provides opportunities, but this young man has also been in a lot of other things on this journey. He's also a wrestler. As a freshman, they put him on the varsity club. He's a hunter, he's a fisher. He has lots of skills besides just scouting. And today, we also want to honor him because he has been a den chief at Troop 212 in Thornton, and then also with Troop 713 here. And as a den chief, Benson gives those Webelos and those Cub Scouts a vision of what scouting could be. And I dare say your example has been a guiding light for them as they mark their way. And a lot of them are going to say, because of Benson, I am doing scouts. So I want to commend you for that extra effort. What I learned yesterday is that Benson is a giver. He gives his time and talent, but he's a caregiver. Some of the members of this troop sometimes have some problems and challenges. Benson's there to help fill that need, provide companionship and understanding and help along that journey. And so there's many things in scouting that a young man becomes, all because of the opportunities afforded in scouting. Now, I asked Benson, I said, you know, buddy, on this journey since Tigers to now, who's helped you? Who has been there to guide you and encourage you? And without batting an eye, he instantly said, my mom and my dad. If I hadn't had them, I would not have done it. Dad told me how to do things, showed me how to do things. Mom provided the encouragement. Mom helped in so many ways. And so while we are here to honor Benson today, it's my hope to honor the two of you as well, along with your family, Chrissy and Wesley and the other brothers who can't be here. So thank you for this gift. He stands here because of you and what you've done. I also asked him, Benson, what was your most favorite merit badge? Easy, swimming. We didn't have to really ask very many questions on that because he is quite the swimmer. But I thought it was also fair that if I asked him what his favorite one was, what's your least favorite? have two, don't we?
Yep.
One of them is personal management. Oh, that is a challenge for many scouts. And indeed, it takes a while to do it. Some scouts have to do it several times to get it done, but you mastered that. And he also said art. And I said, well, tell me about art. And he said, it was something that my mom wanted me to do. Well, moms have a lot of influence. And, but he accomplished it and finished it. He wears it proudly on his sash. So today, we are thrilled for the things that he has overcome. Now, he also had to do a project. And his project was to help a rescue farm that rescues animals. And it came to note that there was 2 minks that were rescued from an illegal fur farm. And the owner of this rescue society needed a place to put these 2 minks. And so Benson made it his project to build an enclosure, a huge enclosure, for these 2 minks. Now, minks are amazing animals, but unfortunately, their fur and other parts of them get used to make false eyelashes for women who wear false eyelashes. And it was illegal, and these were taken into care. Along with them, that rescue society has taken care of possums, raccoons, mountain lions, and bobcats. And so Benson made it part of his personal project to get that done for this society. One of the things that I love about scouting is when a scout has to move from a town, a state, across the country. He takes his records and he left Troop 212 and joined Troop 713, and they welcomed him with open arms. And scouting provides the opportunity to not even skip a step. You just take off and keep on going on your journey. You don't have to qualify, you don't have to do anything except for meet with the leadership and you're on your way, right? Yep. On both sides of this country, there are some friends, dear friends, that are also scouters. And one I want to mention is James Newkirk, who is also an Eagle Scout. And these 2 were buddies throughout that Cub Scout career, as long as he was in the Boy Scouts. And then Benson mentioned others. He mentioned Nathan and Gil and Grant. And as I started hearing these names, I began to realize these are quality people. And that's what scouting helps us as parents do, is put our young men in places where there's quality and character building. And so for that, I am really grateful to what scouting has done. Now, over the years, there's been people who ask, well, what's the value of scouting? The National Scouting Association did a survey, and this survey was conducted nationwide. And what they found were these little known facts about scouting and its influence on young men. It says 100 scouts were evaluated. And what they learned is that out of 100 scouts, 30 will drop out the first year. Only rarely will one appear before a juvenile court judge. 12 will be from families that belong to no church, and 6 of these will be brought into contact with the church and continue on. 3 will become pastors. 4 scouts will reach the rank of Eagle Scout. 45 will serve in the military. 1 person will use his scout skills to save another's life. 2 will report that they used their own skills to save their own life. 17 will later serve as adult volunteers. 8 will become future vocations that they got from scouting. And 5 will reserve and receive church emblems. It is true that in the United States, only 6 out of 100 scouts will become in the U.S. will become scouts. But the leaders of this nation in business, religion, and politics, 3 out of 4 have been scouts. Only 6% of our nation as young men and scouts. And yet 65 of all colleges, universities, and graduates were scouts. 26 of 29 of the first astronauts in the NASA program were Eagle Scouts. 133 of the 233 astronauts were scouts at one time. The national survey also showed that of senior class presidents, 89% were scouts. The junior class presidents, 80 were scouts. Student council presidents, 85 were scouts. School newspaper editors, 88% were scouts. Football captains, 71% were scouts. Basketball captains, 64%. 64% of the academy, the Air Force Academy, have scouts in their background. 58% of West Point graduates are scouts. 70% of Annapolis graduates are scouts. 72% of the Rhodes Scholars are scouts. 85% of the FBI agents were scouts at one time. As I said, only 4 out of 100 make Eagle Scout. It requires a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of steps. And so at this time, Benson, there is a 3-minute video that we want to show that walks you through his journey so that you can see the trail that started so many, many years ago as a young lad. Will you play the video? things that I know about scouting is that the values that it teaches and the good things that it gives are really timeless. And with the Merit Badge program, these young men are able to, as I said, learn skills, challenge themselves. But Benson, Arthur Eldridge, was the first Eagle Scout. 1912, he earned his badge. And I found a little article that talked about the merit badges that he earned. He had earned 21 of them. And I wanted to read to you the badges and let you see that a lot of this stuff still applies. It's never old. He earned civics, citizenship in the nation and the world, community, cooking, cycling, electricity, firemanship, first aid to animals, gardening, handicraft, horsemanship, interpreting of French, life-saving, painting, art, pathfinding, personal health, management, poultry farming, public health, swimming, chemistry, dairying, business, and plumbing. And in so many ways, even after 100 years, these good things never go out of style. And so that's why we're here today, to celebrate your achievement, but also to present to you what you have earned. And I want to talk about the history of the eagle. The eagle has been used as a symbol of authority and leadership. And it has a long history, Benson. It has a history that goes as long as old as time. And quite frankly, I've tried to memorize this and I'm not there yet. But it's so important that I wanted to read it to everybody here, okay? It says, I am the eagle. Since the beginning of time, humans have used me and my kind as a symbol of royalty, power, victory, authority, and valor. My strength and courage have inspired many humans through the ages. The ancient humans looked upon me as the inveterate enemy of serpents. They saw the battle between the sun and the clouds as a battle between an eagle and a serpent. The Assyrians associated me with Asher, the great sun god, and I was awed and worshipped for my majestic beauty. In the Assyrian myths, I was a symbol of storms and lightning, and the god who carried souls to Hades. In India and Babylon, I was the symbol of fire, the symbol of wind and storms, and the bringer of immortality. In the golden age of Greece, I was a symbol of victory and supreme spiritual energy. I was the sacred bird of Zeus and the ruler of all gods. The Greeks represented me with wings outstretched, holding a serpent in my talons. Thus, I represented the triumph of good over evil. In Rome, I was the symbol of Jupiter, the supreme god. The Romans saw me as the symbol of victory. As the Roman legions conquered the world, they marched under the standard of the eagle with outstretched wings. The silver eagle was the symbol of the Republic, and the Roman Empire used the golden eagle as its symbol. I became the personal emblem of the Caesars, representing supreme authority. In the Middle Ages, I became the symbol of Germany. And as falconry flourished as a sport in Europe, only kings were allowed to hunt with the eagle. The rise of Christianity still brought me more honor. To the early Christians, the eagle was a symbol of the ascension. This was due to the strong flight of the eagle and its gaze fixed on the sun. In early icons, I was best known as the symbol of St. John the Evangelist. In the 19th century, French troops under Napoleon conquered Europe under the symbol of the eagle. Many French soldiers gave their lives to protect the golden eagle, which supported the French flag in the battleground. Here in North America, I am the animal most sacred to the first inhabitants. Because I fly higher than any other bird, I am considered by Native Americans to be a link between the humans and the Great Spirit. My feathers are highly prized and are believed to hold the power of flight, the power of the hunt, and the special skills of sight and hearing. It is said that a person holding an eagle feather in his hands cannot tell a lie. On June 20th, 1782, I became the symbol of a new country. Because of my courage and beauty, I was chosen to symbolize the new United States of America. The eagle became a prominent feature in the seal of the state of the new republic. From this early beginning, I have been used in many ways to symbolize the ideals of this country. Several states have eagles on their state flags. You can find me on the coins of America from the beginning to present day. I have a prominent place in America, as in ancient Rome, as a symbol of power and authority. The emblems of the president, vice president, several members of the president's cabinet, and most branches of the armed forces center on the eagle. From the god of the Assyrians to the symbol of the Caesars, to the emblem of this country, it was thus fitting that the eagle should be part of the most momentous achievement of humankind. The Apollo 11 crew chose Eagle as the name of the lunar landing module, which was to make history. And with the words of Eagle Scout Neil Armstrong, Houston, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Humans are on the moon. In 1911, following the tradition as old as humans themselves, the Boy Scouts of America chose the eagle to symbolize the very highest in achievement. Through all of history, I have been the symbol of humankind's best. Now the eagle is a symbol of scouting's best. Well done, buddy. Well done. This time, we're going to transition to the awarding and the process of making this young man a full-fledged Eagle Scout. And I would like to invite Gil Carter to come and join us.
No, is it Nathan?
Nathan.
Nathan. Nathan.
Nathan and Gil Carter.
Nathan and Gil will do the second part, Nathan did the first part.
Yes, the Eagle Scout and Promise. Great.
The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. The Eagle Scout knows that a scout is trustworthy, is the very first point of the Scout Law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important, but because it is vitally important to set an example for other Scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on your home, your place of worship, your troop, and your community. May the white of the Eagle Badge remind you to always live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. This means being true to your family, Scout leaders, and your friends, school, community, and nation. Loyalty to the troop and your fellow Scouts makes you pitch in and carry your share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty that means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle Badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which people measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only the courage to face danger, but also the determination to stand up for what is right. Trusting in God, with faith in your fellow citizens, you can look forward to each day, seeking your share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle Badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second-class Scout rank, which has its ends turned up in a smile. Another critical responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. Eagle Scouts extend a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail, just as others have helped them in their climb. The performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when the Eagle Scout enters an adult life of continuing service to others. Eagle Scouts stand as protectors of the weak and helpless, aiding and comforting the unfortunate and the oppressed. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. As an Eagle Scout, you will always be prepared to put forth your best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest rank, but wear your award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Log be your guides for tomorrow and into the future.
Nathan, when did you get your eagle?
Oh, jeez. Like 2 or 3 years ago.
Worth it?
It was definitely worth it.
Congratulations. Thanks for being a part of this today.
Thank you for having me.
The Eagle Scout Promise. A repetition of the Eagle Scout Promise before your fellow members become an Eagle Scout. Through the words you use will be similar to those by which you joined Scouting. Tonight, they will mean more than they could have meant at any time in the past. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. With the words which close the Declaration of Independence, will the Scout please stand? Attention. Candidate, Scout sign. Repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I reaffirm my allegiances to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
my rank and my influence
my rank and my influence,
count strongly for better citizenship
count strongly for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my word of honor.
To this, I pledge my word of honor.
2. Our Scoutmaster will now present the Eagle Scout Medal.
Thank you, my friend. When did you get your eagle?
About a year ago now.
Worth it, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well done. Thank you. Give him a round of applause, would you? Mr. Parker, it is time.
Oh, boy. How you doing, Benson?
I'm good over here.
How your knees doing? You haven't done it in a while?
Yeah.
That always fun. Okay, Mr. Benson, let's see where we're here. Okay, Eagle Scout on it. Please escort your parents to the front. Go get mom and dad.
Mama.
Fellow Eagle Scout, we now proclaim to all the world your accomplishments, the symbol of your success to the Eagle Scout badge and neckerchief, which will be now presented by your parents, Ms. Paula Huntley and Mr. Benson Huntley. Ms. Paula? Dad, you got the neckerchief? Here we go. There you go. There you go. And Benson, here you are now, and your mom? She's been waiting a long time for this. And you started all the way from your little cubbies. You're welcome. And now I may present our newest Eagle Scout of the troop. Troops, I'm going to take Benson. We have one lesson here to award. For those who don't know, after you're an Eagle, that is not the end, just the beginning. At that point, you begin giving back as a leader. In addition to that, there is further recognition that the Scouts can earn. For every 5 merit badges and 3 additional months of service to the troop and scouting, they can earn a palm. Some few years ago, they adjusted the rules on that to where if you had already earned so many merit badges beyond what was required for Eagle, you could earn those palms right away, which gave the opportunity, say, for our 17-year-olds before they turn 18 to actually get these palms that they'd worked so hard for. Benson has already earned his first bronze palm, meaning he's earned 5 additional merit badges beyond what he needed at 21 for Eagle. Congratulations, Benson.
One of the rights of an Eagle Scout is to express words of appreciation. It comes in not only the words that he speaks, but also there is a pin that is given to people who have helped influence him. Where are you going? And so Benson has a few of them.
A few words up too.
And a few words to present. So buddy, the stage is yours.
Alright, so the first mentor pin I would like to give to you is to Mr. James Newkirk. Even though he could not be here today, he played a big role in where I'm at now. James was our den chief when I was a Weeblo and Arrow of Light. He demonstrated leadership and responsibility. He is an Eagle Scout and demonstrated once you get where you're going, not to forget to pay it forward and to help others. He motivated me to cross over and become a Boy Scout, and then a den chief. By his example of what he did for us, thank you for your mentorship. And the next one I want to give to is a Mr. Rob Garcia, another person that couldn't be here. He was my Cub Scout leader, and he encouraged me as a leader. When I crossed over to Boy Scouts, he was my mentor, and when I wanted to quit, he told me that this is just a trial, and I can do it. He showed faith in me that no one other than my parents and family did. Because of him, I stayed in scouting. Thank you for your support and mentorship. And then another one is a Mr. Nathan Kalzak. All right.
Nathan, please come up.
Yep, Bubba. So much to say. Nathan has been a leader, a shining example of what a leader and scout should be. He took me under his wing when we moved here and welcomed me into the troop and always made me feel included. Nathan became a good and trusted friend and mentor. Nathan recruited me to be a den chief when I moved here and always pushed me to do my best. He demonstrated repeatedly that a scout should live by the oath just like he does. Thank you for your friendship and mentorship.
Great job.
All right, another one is Mr. Grant Parker. Grant embodies what it is to be a scout. He's always there when anyone asks for help. He always he has always posted when I needed him. He even came and helped to complete the final part of the project without being asked. He shows tremendous leadership, and I consider him a true friend and mentor. And another one, Mr. Parker. He is an ideal role model, and as an Eagle Scout himself, he helps with everything possible and is always prepared, motivating others, giving of his time and knowledge. He has helped guide not only me but numerous others to being a successful in scouting. He lives the Scout law. Thank you for your support and motivating and mentoring and getting me to obtain my Eagle rank. And then, last but certainly not least, Mr. J.C. Bear. I first met J.C. Bear as a tiger cub at the Arrow of Light ceremony. I remember his telling the story and of the Akela that inspired me. When he presented me with the orange feather and challenged me to keep going through Cubbies into Boy Scouts and to become an Eagle. That stuck with me. Each year when he would return for the next ceremony, I got more inspired. Then, when it was my turn and I received my Arrow of Light, he challenged me again to get my Eagle. I continued my scouting journey and returned as a den chief, notes, and again got to see J.C. Bear perform the Arrow of Light ceremony. I remember each time I had previously seen the ceremony, he changed me again and added that if I earned my Eagle rank, that he would come to see me at my court of honor, no matter where it was. When I completed my Eagle project, I asked my parents if he could come, and as you see, we are blessed to have him here with us. Thank you, J.C. Bear, for coming and being the inspiration to continue the dream.
Today's been a really special day, and I have two things I'd like to give to you. Benson I asked him about, what are you going to do in the future? And he goes, well, I want to be an example. I want others to see what it is to be an Eagle, and I want to lead. I'd like to pursue swimming for the Olympics in 2024. He's working hard on that. He has an interest in law and politics, and as we challenge ourselves on a daily way, I wanted to challenge you with a couple of things. I have in my pouch, actually I have in my pocket, an Eagle badge that has been sent by a friend of mine. His name is Great Eagle, and Great Eagle is an Eagle Scout. He got his Eagle in 1960. And in 1960, the project wasn't part of the requirement. It was later on that it was added, and he thought, well, I want to have my own personal project. And so he has made his own lifelong project. He has learned that over time, this badge that you wear and others wear sometimes gets passed on from son to grandson, generations. I know that Grant is a son of Paul, and your dad is also an Eagle. And so those badges, they have amazing meaning. But in some cases, there's no transition. There's no tradition. They don't have children, or for whatever reason, the badge becomes part of their collection, but it really doesn't mean anything to anybody. And when they pass on, many times the estates, they'll just throw that badge away. Well, Great Eagle couldn't take that. And so he began a nationwide search for Eagle badges that were going to be tossed away into the rubbish. He made it his own personal goal to collect those and then give them away. You know, there are a lot of collectors. And a lot of these collectors, they compete and they bid for ancient, antique Eagle badges for their own personal gain, for their collection. But Great Eagle collects them to give them away. And today is really a privilege for me. And Great Eagle and I spoke last week and we talked about you. And what could we give to you? Because I know that you cherish that Eagle badge. And so he gave to me a badge, another badge to give to you, an antique one. This badge is a Robbins 2A Eagle badge. It was given to an unknown scout in 1930. It is sterling silver. It is highly, highly precious. And we wanted to give it life again. And so I'm hoping that you will take it from me and from Great Eagle, and I'm hoping that someday you'll even wear it. It's okay to wear this badge, you've earned it. And so I count it a privilege to place in your hands this antique and to challenge you to give it a life, pass it on, don't let it get thrown away. All right, my friend? Along with it is the original box that was crafted in 1930. This is yours. You've used the Tiger guidebook, these guidebooks, the wolf, the bear, the Weeblos. When we crossed you into Boy Scouts, a handbook was handed to you, Boy Scout handbook. And in all these books, the information to finish the ranks was all in that book. If you had nothing else, you could get your Eagle with just the Boy Scout handbook. It's all there. Well, here we are. You have fulfilled that. And so my question is, now what? Well, I propose an answer for you. In my hands, I have another book that I want to give to you. It continues to be the nation's top seller. And this guidebook, I believe, will help guide you for the rest of life. And it is with great honor I want to place this Bible in your hands. And I've had it engraved with your name. I put my verse in there. It's written on the cover and on the inside. But I truly believe that you learn from this guidebook like you have learned from the others. You will lead indeed and be a shining example of what an Eagle Scout truly is. So, on behalf of my family, this is yours, and thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so
Good
much.
Monsieur Kiefer, will you come and close this court of honor?
Sadly, but I would have to say that this is one of the coolest court of honors that I've been a privilege to be invited to. So thank you very much, Paula, and young man. Congratulations again. So by the authority vested in me as a representative of the Greater Tampa Bay Area Council and the National Council, Boy Scouts of America, I declare this court of honor to be closed. Congratulations.
Yes. And I'll close with a benediction. So what do we want to do first?
Colors. I'll do colors first. All right. Can I get my scouts that did flags earlier? I know. May the audience please rise. Color guard. retrieve the colors. Color guard, forward march. Color guard at ease. Flags are done. All right. Benediction time.
In the Western Rockies, there was a tribe that called the Lakota, and they had 6 tribes, ranging from Wisconsin in the Dakotas and into the Front Range. One of the leaders, Chief Yellow Lark, had a son, and he offered a prayer that I have held dear to my heart, because in so many ways I think it speaks to the heart of why we do scouting as part of raising our sons. And now we get to raise daughters with it too. But the essence of this prayer was so powerful, and I wanted to share it with you guys today. It says, "O great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the winds, whose breath gives me life in all of the world, hear me. He is small and weak. He needs your strength and your wisdom. Let him walk in beauty and make his eyes ever behold the red and purple sunsets. Make his hands respect the things that you have made. Make his ears sharp to hear your voice. Make him wise so that he may understand and see the things that you teach us. Let him learn the lessons that you have hidden in every leaf and rock. He seeks strength, not to be greater than his brother, but to fight his greatest enemy, himself. Make him always ready to come along, and with clear hands and strength, so that when life fades as the setting sun, may his spirit come to you with a clear eye." Thank you so much for this day and for coming. You mean so much to Benson and this family, and I want to say we have more family now, and thank you for letting me be here today. I'll see you, my friend.
Thank you. Okay, if anybody else would like to address Benson, give any words, that would be the opportunity.
I'd like to start. All right. Benson, it's been an honor
You guys
knowing
may be
you.
seated.
We've known each other 4 or 5 years now. It's been a while.
Yeah.
You've grown up a lot. You started.
Come up here,
we
Benson.
both started as young scouts, and you've grown into a young man like myself. And I am truly happy that you and me have been friends along the way, and it's truly been an honor. Thank you.
Nathan?
Yes, I also have some things to say, since Benson got to say some stuff about me. It's only fair.
So, when Benson first came into our troop, what, 3 years ago? 3 years ago now? 2? Yeah, 3 years ago. Almost 2.5. I was the SPL of the troop, and his first big camp out with us was when we went to summer camp up in North Carolina at Camp Raven Knob. I was the SPL of the troop, and one of my ASPLs, Grant, couldn't be there, but it's okay because Benson was there. Now, this might have been Benson's first camp out with us, but it was obvious that Benson was definitely a seasoned scout. He did not hesitate to pick up any slack or any necessary leadership positions that we needed during that camp out. We had a few scouts with us that were first year scouts that needed a lot of guidance on that trip, and Benson took charge of that, becoming the de facto troop guide of the camp out. And I do not think that if Benson wasn't there, I would have made it out of that camping trip with all of my hair still in my head. Because the amount of jumping into rivers and going to the first aid lodge at 1 in the morning that occurred on that camping trip would be too much for any one scout to handle. But it was from that moment that I realized that Benson was something special and that he was more than anything I could have imagined. And so I was very happy throughout the last few years to be Benson's mentor in the troop and to lead him through, encouraging him to attend leadership trainings. And I think finally coming up was doing his ordeal ceremony in the Order of the Arrow, officially passing on that torch for him to become a member of the Older Youth Program in the Boy Scouts of America. And I'm very confident now that Benson is an Eagle Scout and that you're a member of the Order of the Arrow, that you will continue paving the pathway that I have started. And I'm very happy that it's in your capable hands. So congratulations, Benson.
Anybody else?
Like to say something. So when I first met Benson, it was years ago now, and at the first meeting when I met Benson, I immediately connected with Benson because we had both lived out in the West, and we had both gone a long way to come here. I immediately found a connection with him, and I immediately found him to be one of the most respectable, kind young men I'd ever met in my life. I have to say that Benson is one of the best friends I've ever had, and has done so much good for people in general. Everyone he's ever met, he's always made a good impression on. Benson, there's too many stories I could tell about just me and you hanging out at camps, going doing stuff, and especially, as Nathan said, when it came to summer camp. But I have to thank you the most for always being willing to help out, and always being willing to help with the kids, especially when it came to campouts. Especially when I was SPO. You were always so kind and so helpful, and you were always generous with your time and with your effort. And I will always have respect for that. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well said. Anyone else?
I think we forgot the challenge coin.
Yes, we did. I noticed that. Hey, Benson, this is a little challenge coin here. Should have been done during, I believe, either the, well, yeah, like I can read that. I'd have to hold it about like out there somewhere. Would have been presented to you during the promise and the oath. It's a tradition of challenge coins, goes way back in the military. I have no idea how many years, but it is it's a memento and a reminder of upholding those ideals as a scout, which I have no doubt that you will. Here you go, Benson. Thank you. Anybody else like to give any words? Otherwise, you can come up to them during. Yes, somebody?
Group picture.
Oh, we'll definitely get a group picture. And anybody who wants to come and greet them during refreshments is more than welcome, because I can see a bunch of yummies and a really cool looking cake back there.
We're ready.
All right? Wow. Well, then I guess then we're done. We can turn on the lights and food.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No, okay. Oh, yeah. It takes a while to get it all figured out. I got a little, it said special care.
Paul.
Yes.
Paul.
All the scouts, if you didn't know, especially in Class A, everybody up here.
Thanks for inviting me. I've got mass and I got 3 bags.
Just 1 minute.
You're welcome. Congratulations. I'm on a diet.
Is that what you're gonna try to
Let me just say congratulations. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Congratulations.
That was awesome. Hard work, well. Group picture, everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Group picture.
Either wear the mirror badge or the LA. Pick one, not both.
If everybody please come up front so we can get a group picture.
No, you put it in your pocket.
Okay, boys. Group picture. The little ones at the front.
Okay, right, so here's the logo, here's the banner, you need to be noticed. And then we'll go in front, very front row, you. And then we'll have all the smaller ones around. Fortunately, you've got a nice stage there. Mr. Salazar, you're part of this group. Mr. Brian, you're in uniform, come on up. You're going to be here in another month anyway. Go ahead and